it's Megan. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a couple different DIY gifts that you guys can make for your friends and family this holiday season. And I tried to think of gifts that not everybody does, you know what I mean? And this is also a collab with two of my amazing YouTube friends, Alextraordinary DIY and Carly, and I will have their channels and their videos linked in the description, and they are two awesome girls. You should totally check them out. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the video. So the first gift is this DIY earring holder. So I'm starting out by taking my picture frame and removing the glass and the back of it, and then I'm painting it white, but this is optional if the frame is already the color that you want. And while that was drying, I took the glass part from the frame and I traced it out onto some foam board, and then I just cut that out, and then I cut out a piece of fabric, and you can use any fabric you'd like, obviously, and I just hot glued it over the foam board and stuck that in the frame, and then you're basically done. And so this is what the frame should look like when you're done, and I think that this gift would be great paired with some earrings. You could do a more expensive pair of earrings, or I think it would be really neat if you got one of those big sets from Claire's and just put them in there. And you could also drill some holes at the bottom for dangly earrings if you wanted to, but I didn't since I can't wear those type of earrings, and this was just for me, so yeah. And another really quick and easy gift is this bow holder frame, and I showed this in a video before, but I just wanted to show it again because I feel like this is a perfect Christmas gift, and as you can see, mine's kind of overflowing. But for this, literally all you do is just hot glue some ribbon to the back of a frame, and that's literally it. Definitely if you're gonna make this though, make the back look better than mine does. Maybe put some ribbon or something to cover the back part. And obviously, if I were going to give this to someone, I would pair it with bows. So if they're a fan of Dance Moms, you can get the JoJo Siwa bows. I really like them, but they are kind of expensive. Or you can go to Hot Topic, and they have a wide variety of bows. They have Disney themed ones, and I got this Ouija board one and this holographic one, and I really love the bows there. And lastly, you could definitely make your own bows, and I do have a few tutorials showing you guys how to make bows, and if you'd like to see those, I'll link them in the description, but they're really not that good, so just be prepared. So the next DIY is these cactus photo holders. So I'm starting out by making the pot for the cactus, and for this I'm using some tan clay, and I'm just rolling it out, and then I'm kind of cutting out the shape like when you take a cup, and then if you cut it open, this is what it would look like basically. So it's curved on the top and curved on the bottom, and then there's these two lines that kind of slant in, and then I'm just rolling it up and I'm cutting off any excess clay, and then I'm just attaching the two sides together. And now for the base of the pot, I'm just taking the little piece that we just made and I'm tracing it onto some more tan clay, and then I'm cutting out that circle and attaching it to the bottom of the piece that we just made. And since flower pots are slightly smaller at the bottom than at the top, I'm just rolling out the bottom part to make it a little bit slimmer than the top piece. And now you should have something like this. Next, I'm attaching a small strip of tan clay to make the rim of the flower pot. Next, I bunched up some foil so that it would fit nicely inside the flower pot, and then I smoothed out the top part where the rim is, just to kind of smooth it out, and then I baked it with the foil in it according to the package directions. And once that's baked, you can start making the cactus part. So I took some brown clay and I cut it into a little circle to fit over the opening of the pot, and then I made my little cactus, and I just kind of googled a picture of a cartoon cactus, and I used that for reference. And then I just added some flowers by making some little balls of pink clay and then taking a knife and splitting them open a little bit. And then I took an eye pin and I put it into the top of the cactus, and I made sure that it was sticking out a good bit, as you can see here. And now I'm taking some scrap clay and I'm putting it inside of the pot just to give it some weight. And then I'm taking some super glue and I'm attaching the little brown piece to the top of the pot. And for this particular cactus, I decided to paint on some stripes with some white paint. And once you have your cactus how you like it, you're going to want to super glue it onto the brown part. And then I took a clothespin and I hot glued it to the top of the eye pin. And so this is how my photo holders came out, and I think that these came out so cute, and I love them so much. They're very like tumblery, and I know cactuses are very trendy right now, and I don't know, I just love them so much. So the next project is these DIY chokers. So first I just printed out my images onto this shrinky dink paper that you can print on, and then I cut them out and I baked them according to the package directions. And so then I just went in with some Mod Podge Dimensional Magic and I put it all over the charms, and if I were to do this again, I would definitely take some normal Mod Podge and put that on top before I put the Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, because as you can see, if you don't do that, the ink kind of spreads. I just didn't have any Mod Podge, so I kind of skipped it. But once that dried, I just took an eye pin and I super glued it to the back of each charm. And I decided to make my charms into chokers, so I just took a jump ring and I put it through the eye pin and then I attached that to the choker. So this next part is optional, but I decided to make some packaging for my choker. So for this, I just cut a rectangle out of some cardstock, and looking back on this, I probably should have used cardboard or foam board or some like sort of thicker material, but you know. And I put the choker around the piece of paper and then I just taped it down on both sides. And this is how my finished chokers came out. And if I were to do this again, I would definitely make the charms a little bit smaller, but I still think that they came out pretty good. So these last two ideas are just kind of like concepts, but I'm linking the tutorials in the description below. So the first thing that I made were these DIY pot holders, and I made these for my mom because she's really obsessed with Harry Potter, and I got her these, and I also got her this Harry Potter cookbook to go along with it. And I think that these are just a really fun gift for like a mom or a grandma or anybody that loves to cook. And my last idea is to crochet something, and I actually made this DIY bun beanie, and these are like really popular right now. They're like blowing up on, I guess, Facebook. I don't know, my manager showed this to me and I just had to try it. And it's basically just a beanie, but like with a hole for you to put a messy bun through. And I don't know, I think it's cute. I definitely could improve on my crochet skills, but I think that for the first time, it came out pretty good. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and as always, make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's at MeganWeller97, and Musically it's at WellerMegs, and yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!